imagine this. You come home from work after a really long day, and all you want to do is watch those YouTube videos that you love so much. Probably mine, because they're amazing. You get home, you realize your phone's on low battery. You only got about 5% left, so you rush upstairs, you get to your bed, you plug in your phone, and it is not charging. You get frustrated. You get annoyed, and you think to yourself, man, what's going on here? And that's when you grab your cord and realize your cat or dog chewed through it, and it is just not working anymore. Well, this happened to me a lot, and I mean a whole bunch. And the culprit is sitting right here. He is still a kitten, and he is still struggling with understanding what is okay to chew and what is not okay to chew. So, instead of buying new cords all the time, which is what I was originally doing, I found out a handful of different ways to repair ripped apart or chewed through cords. And today I'm going to show you the most cost-effective, or at least what I think is the most cost-effective way to to fix it without any special tools whatsoever. So first things first, obviously you are going to need, very simply, just a broken cord, a cord that has been chewed through. Now, I would not recommend getting your cat to chew through this just so you can do this DIY, but if you do happen to have a chewed through cord, this might just be a little bit of a lifesaver. So you're going to need this. You're going to need a pair of scissors, an X-Acto knife or a box cutter, something sharp, and I mean like sharp, not, kitchen knife sharp, and probably some electrical tape, which you can get a pack of 2 of at the Dollar Tree for only $1. So the first thing you're going to do before you can fix it is actually to make it worse. So you're going to find whatever your most affected part is. I believe it's mine right here. I do have another kind of tear down here that I might fix a little bit later, but the wires are still intact, so it's not really causing any big problems. This one, however, is almost completely severed. So you're going to want to simply just cut off the parts of your wire that have been chewed through so that you have a very simple clean break, and you can just throw this away. The next thing that you're going to need to do is to strip this insulated plastic off of your cord. Now, I didn't notice in this one, it seems to have a couple of different wires that have their own coating inside. I will talk to you about what to do for those in a little bit, but be very careful not to break any of the what's the word I'm looking for? The insulation. Just kind of saw very lightly around one edge and kind of continue all the way around the sides. Try not to get any wires when you're sawing or cutting. Obviously, you don't want to cause harm to any of the internal things. Now, once you get all the way around, looks like I'm still missing a little section. There we go. You should just be able to kind of stick your nail in there and lift it right off of all the wires inside. And you'll see here that you have basically just a big set of silver cords that are wrapped, or silver wire that is wrapped around what appears to be a couple of tinier wires. I got kind of nervous that I wouldn't be able to film the super teeny tiny wires that were inside of this cord. So I just kind of cut them down to kind of show you exactly what I mean when I say you need to splice the wires. So basically, when you open up most cords, it'll be a collection of little tiny wires like this. And really all you need to do to get it up and running again is to make sure that they are connected and they stay connected. So what I normally do is I kind of cross them like this, and I just start wrapping them around each other. Nice and tightly, and hopefully it'll form a tight enough bond that it won't separate when you pull. So I'm pulling on it a little bit and you can see it comes out. This might mean that you need to go a little bit further back so that you have more wire to curl. This one in here has some like plastic wires as well, and I think that's kind of a part of the reason why it's not sticking so well. But once you finally get it wrapped sufficiently, all you have to do then is take your electrical tape, Take off whatever size piece you think you'll need. I normally go smaller the better, make sure it's nice and thin so it doesn't look too bulky. And you can always get an electrical tape that matches whatever cord it is that you're trying to use. And all you have to do then is wrap it around the exposed wire, all the way around, nice and tight. And you have a completely fixed cord. Now, because I had to kind of make some adjustments to make this filming a little bit easier, I realized that this is no way proving that I have done this before and that it works. So I wanted to show you kind of what inspired me to create this video, and it was a lot more complicated of a process, but that way I can kind of talk you through using those little wires and what you should do in those cases. So here what I'm showing you is my new set of lights. I got tired of not being able to film super late in the day, so I just got a relatively inexpensive but still kind of a lot set of lights, which I figured I could justify having, especially if I wanted to do work at night or work on like craft projects even if I'm not filming. And I happened to leave the little head on and the cords exposed just long enough for my darling son to chew through my cord. And as you can see, the cord for this light is actually made up of 3 distinct cords kind of like melted together. And what this meant for me, and I'll actually show you, I'll take off the tape for what I had done last time and kind of give you sneak preview of what I had done. So what I had to do for this one, and what you should do when you open up your cords and see if there's like, say, more than one cord in there, or like the case of that charger that I was just working on, if it has a couple of like different cords or like maybe even a second wrapped cord in there, you are 100% going to have to, oh my goodness. You are going to have to wrap and use each cord, wrap and splice each cord individually. So as you can see here, here's one of my cords. I had to separate them each. I actually ran my knife in between that connector between all 3 of them so that I could work on each of them individually. 2 of them were silver and 1 of them was like a copper color. This side one was a copper color. So I made sure to connect the ones that were originally connected for sure. And I just twisted them together, as you can see that I've done here. And once I had done that, I wrapped each of them individually with the electrical tape, as I am doing once again right now, just to make sure that they're not, I don't know, cross-contaminated. I actually don't even know the right word for that. But once I got them all together like this, that is when I took a 3rd piece and just wrapped this around all 3 of them, just for an extra layer of security and to keep them nice and neat and put together, just to kind of make it look like a more cohesive cord once again. And yeah, it was really that simple. And when I plugged this in, after realizing that I thought I was out, I think maybe $40 that I spent on this light. It actually has like 2 heads on it. I've got 1 here, 2 here, little ring lights. I thought, oh man, I'm just gonna have to buy another one. And at that point I was like, absolutely not. I'm not buying another one of these. I'm done buying more cords. And I finally figured out how to get this done. And I thought it might be helpful to kind of share, especially for those of you who are just getting really tired of your cats kind of ruining all of your fun and electronic joy. So I'm gonna plug this in and show you for sure that it works, just to kind of prove it. First indicator that it was working, the blue light came on for the power, and it works to the full functionality that it has. So here's the light, power button, turns on, and I can change the brightness, and I can change the color. Actually, I can make it bluer and I can make it more orange. So yeah, this is just kind of proof that this works, and pretty simply. There's some really great like heat shrink material that you can kind of use to put over if you want something a little bit fancier that is in a similar price range. I just got this from Home Depot. It's a very simple piece of technology. All you have to do is put a little lighter under it or a heat gun if you want it to be a little bit safer, and it'll actually shrink and hold on to your wires so that they are insulated and you don't need any actual electrical tape. But I think most people already have electrical tape in their home. I would say most people already have a box cutter or a sharp knife, and pretty much everyone has scissors too. So I figured this was probably the most cost-effective and easy way to understand that you absolutely can fix your cords and make them work from home. Well, that is all I had for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw and you want to find more useful DIYs or crafts or art or anything that might be up your alley, feel free to like and subscribe. I put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'd love to see you there next week. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you then. Bye!